Hey, happy Tuesday, everyone, and happy July to everyone out there. Now, I'm going to go through the latest information. We do have chances for severe weather for today, for tomorrow. It's going to be for chances for hail, damage, and winds. We even have a moderate level flooding risk going towards northeast for today. And we have an upgrade over here for the southeast for what's going on in the tropics. This is going up to 30% now. But I do have some good news about what's going on with this potential formation in the Gulf and in the Atlantic. So I'm going to show you the latest information in this video. Make sure you subscribe and follow along for updates. Now, the biggest news that you have over here in the Eastern Pacific is that Flossie actually could get real close towards a major hurricane in the Pacific at 109 miles per hour, just 2 miles per hour short of a major hurricane. So we got a lot of intensity out there. Plus, we still have Gil that's going to be forming out there as well. And it has moved further away from Mexico, so your rainfall amount that you're going to get is a lot less. Now, for your temperatures today, once again, over the southwest, 100 to 110 degrees is going to be your temperatures in the shade. And you can see those 90s starting to build up through the west, going towards the northwest, while you get some nice also across the south and over here for the Mid-Atlantic going along the coast of New England. But with your heat index value, you're still going to feel like in the 90s over here along the south, all the way along the southeast, and high 90s to 100 potentially or over along the deep south. Now for tonight, you're going to have those 60s and very low 70s possibility as you go through the evening. So we have the overnight low still, but once again, the heat is coming right back again for tomorrow. And you can see for tomorrow, those 90-degree temperatures are going further into Canada and all the way across the U.S. This will transition all the way across towards the northeast as we go through this week. But it is going to be cooler along the southeast and the east coast along towards the northeast for tomorrow. And once again, with your heat index value right along the south for tomorrow, you're still going to be in the high 90s and feel like 100 degrees or more. Now, yesterday's severe weather reports isn't that bad. It was very minor on wind damage, hail, and rain as well. But we did get a tornado report over here for southern Delaware, which is very rare. Now, for today, showing not a chance for a tornado, but we could get a quick spin up towards the northeast once again on these thunderstorms. So far, it is for wind. We do have chances for wind with the 5% in multiple areas, plus that 15% on these line of storms that's going to move in through, which I think you still could see a quick spin up, something very weak. So here's your cities and states at risk for possible damage and winds for today. And you have a small hail threat as well, but you do have a little bit of a threat. So here's your cities and states at risk for potential hail for today. Now you can see with that trough going towards the northeast, you do get some thunderstorms building up over here for the northeast, for Ohio, West Virginia, going towards Pennsylvania and Maryland once again, and then going towards New Jersey as you go towards later this evening, and maybe towards Delmarva, towards Delaware again, before this goes towards the coast of New England later tonight. But you see we get those storms right back again for tomorrow, going towards the coast of the Delmarva, Virginia, going towards Delaware, a little bit of Maryland, while these storms still circulate all across the northwest. And this is bringing some winds with them as well. So for tomorrow, you have a 5% for hail. Here's your cities and states at risk for that potential and the chances for winds as well as some chances for winds coming with that trough over here towards the northwest. So here's your cities and states at risk for possible damage and winds for tomorrow, for Wednesday. Showing it's a low threat anyway, but you can see also as you go into Thursday, you have chances for thunderstorms in any of this green area. But over here for New England, over here for the upper Midwest, you do have a 5% for severe weather. This will be for a low end chance for hail and wind as well. So here's your cities and states at risk for severe weather for Thursday. Also showing as we go through this weather pattern all the way towards Wednesday evening into Thursday morning, you can see you're starting to get some stronger winds over here towards the western U.S. You have 40 miles per hour wind gusts in the green, 50 in the orange, even some isolated 60 in there. Plus our latest tropical update of what's going on not only for the southeast over towards Florida and the east coast for the U.S., just in our latest tropical update in general, you can see we still have Hurricane Flossie right now. It is still moving west-northwest at 10 miles per hour, and it is at 90 miles per hour sustained winds. And we do have this other area of disturbance still going to be Gil, still going out through the west-northwest no threat to anyone. Matter of fact, Hurricane Flossie's track has moved further towards the west, so you do have tropical storm watch in the yellow for Mexico and a tropical storm warning in the blue, and your rainfall amounts has gone down. It's gone way down. So now you only have a chance of 4 to 6 inches right along the very southern coast of Mexico. That's 100 to 150 millimeters of rainfall, and you have the 2 inches in the dark green, the 1 inch in the light green. There's a lot less of an amount. Now for the Atlantic side, it has shifted a little bit. So if you look right here, you'll see our previous report. And when you look at the newest report, you see it shifted a little bit more towards the southeast, more towards the Atlantic side than the Gulf side. Still showing whether it gets formation or not, it will either be over the Atlantic or over the eastern Gulf. That part still isn't known yet. Now we're still seeing multiple vortices possible forming up, one weaker than the other. It is favoring the Atlantic a little bit more for this morning, so it did transition and shift further towards the east. But I'm going to show you something in the ensembles as well. Now, even though it went up to 30%, you can see the latest information chances for a tropical depression has dramatically shifted over the southeast, showing that this upper level low is going to be stronger than this upper level low in the Gulf and is going to take control of this. This is still going to change. We're still days away from knowing what is happening on the system. Even though it's going up 30%, I'm seeing a little bit of a weakening. You can see it here. It's a lot less of a chance just for a tropical depression to form. Even your rainfall amounts has gone way down dramatically. And you can see the newest information. So as we get this trough coming through, it's going to be a stalled front. You can see over here for chances for a tropical system with the European that it still has anywhere from that 30 to 40%. We don't see the 50 or the 60 neither. We can also see in the coming days afterwards that it's going to move further towards the southeast, where you get formation right along the Carolinas. Then after that, potentially going further towards the mid-Atlantic and maybe portions of the northeast. So we do need to watch this stalled front because anything can still form off this front. It could be subtropical or tropical. However, I am seeing less of a chance for anything to form into the Gulf. Also showing it's not going to affect all of Florida for July 4th for your fireworks, everyone. You can see this on your vorticity update with the European, showing that a high pressure does swing around this upper level low towards the southeast, but we still get a potential front induced low over here towards the eastern Gulf. And by the time you go towards tomorrow and Thursday, this pushes further down Florida with that front, and it keeps going further towards the southeast of Florida, where you could potentially get a low pressure forming right here towards southeastern Florida, western Bahamas, and that's what you need to watch out for. And showing it tries to hang on for a couple more days, but you can see how much further this front has pushed down. Then after it pushes down for the next 4 to almost 5 days, it all swings right back again, right towards the east coast. You also get the upper level low still going towards the Gulf, but the upper level low is not bringing a lot of the energy with it. Most of the energy is sticking right along the Carolinas, right along that spin right there as you go literally 5 days and beyond. Not showing anything by the latest deterministic, just a couple of upper level lows. But we do need to watch this because if this sticks right around the Carolinas in the southeast, whatever goes to the west towards Texas, maybe bring you a little bit of rainfall, not much. It's really weakening down on the latest update on this upper level low that swings in that direction, showing that whatever sticks over the southeast is getting stuck by this high pressure as well, while you get another front that comes through and just keeps it there. And hopefully that's what pulls that away later on. It's still down the road, so we will see. Things still have time to change. This is just the latest update. Now, when you look at your precipitable water, you can see as you get in that front going through, and you get in the rainfall amounts as you go through for Wednesday, then you go through for Thursday. Now, once you go through for Friday morning, Friday is July 4th, you can see all the precipitation and rainfall goes further and further down Florida. So northern Florida, you should be okay with your fireworks. Southern Florida, unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of rain through the day. And you can see it goes further and further all the way towards the Bahamas. And then maybe in 5 days, start bottling up right here towards the Carolinas and the Mid-Atlantic. So we do need to watch that. Now let's talk ensembles because we are seeing a trend, and I have some new information I want to show you as well. So you can see here with the Europeans showing literally in 4 days, you can either get a upper level low right along the Carolinas, or you get a low pressure building and going right towards the Atlantic, or it could get stuck by this high pressure if it don't make it out in time and be right along the mid-Atlantic going right back towards the northeast because of this high pressure. Now, this don't mean that this will be a strong system right along Virginia or North Carolina. This means it could be that, but if you look at all the ensembles, they're trending more like a weak upper level low, nothing super strong, but still you have that one showing that it could strengthen up and bottle up towards the southeast as well. So we're seeing this on both of them and showing, if anything, whatever goes towards the west, best potential would just be a weak upper level low, nothing super strong. Now, when you go by GFS, try and find a trend. You can see the trough, but it starts building an upper level low as you go past 4 days, and agreeing that high pressure could block it right along the east coast, and we could get something built up going towards the northeast, showing something weak with the GFS. And that's exactly what the Canadian sees as well, something very weak, potentially going towards the southeast and mid-Atlantic, and maybe strengthen up for a moment and then weaken back down as it reaches cooler waters. So there is that chance. The Euro is seeing something could build up over here by North Carolina. The Canadian is seeing it as well. GFS shows something weak. The Euro AI, which does not go by balloon data, it goes by satellite, so it's a little bit different on where it gets its information, is seeing something a little bit different. It's seeing that it could form up at last minute into the Gulf in those warm waters, just a weak upper level low that could form up something strong in the Gulf. And that second piece that's getting pushed against the East Coast and the Carolinas could form up into something as well. So it's showing both of them still have a possibility of getting something formed up. And if it don't form up earlier over by the Carolinas, it could get pushed further up the coast from that high pressure and forming up towards the northeast. So I'm seeing more of a favorable environment forming up towards the Carolinas and maybe towards the northeast as we go past 4 days. In fact, the GEOS satellite that we show you the dust on shows something a little bit different as well, like the AI model. Look at this. It shows how all the precipitation does get bottled up right over here towards the Carolinas. Also, you can get an upper level low that tries to get bottled up over here in the western Gulf. Don't show any major threats with any of them. The only information that we have out of this is that over here towards the southeast and the mid-Atlantic is really getting favored for that direction. And if any formation does come out of it, we will be looking at Chantal for the name. But also seeing some good news on the precipitation, just like I showed you yesterday. That seems to be the trend for today. So you see, we are getting a lot of precipitation going towards Arizona, towards New Mexico, western Texas. This is coming from what's left from Barry, the remnants thereof, coming across still, but what's going across the southeast has changed. And you can see this here. So for the next 7 days, a lot less rainfall expected, still maybe anywhere from 4 to 5 inches along the west coast of Florida. But you see how much dramatically less this is than yesterday. And yesterday with the Euro, the GFS, all trended less. So that is showing true. For today, look with the Euro. Showing a lot less. Y'all can handle this just fine. This is just a couple of inches. When you go by GFS, it's showing the same thing, a lot less. Even the Euro AI, which shows potential stronger formations than the ensembles, showing the same thing, just a couple of inches of rainfall. And still showing close formation is all we need to watch for anytime through July so far. Still showing we have all this dust coming through, and when we get these fronts, this brings a lot of wind shear as well, where nothing can form. So we have a lot of dust still coming off of Africa, off the MDR, as we go into July, all the way towards July 10th. Still showing no formation forming in the Caribbean or the MDR. Still showing after we go by this favorable environment, we have a lot of sinking air, unfavorable environment in our region all the way towards the end of July before it finally starts waking up in the Atlantic for our hurricane season, and showing maybe some more sinking air propagating east as we go through the beginning of August, where it could be another weird little break. I will keep you updated. And that is your latest update, everyone. So thank you so much for your time. I appreciate every single one of y'all, and I will keep you updated first thing in the morning. Now, some of you are already known. For those that don't know, we have an app coming soon. It's been working for 2 years. I've been promoting it for about a month now. So I blew it up real big for you. So all you got to do is scan this with your phone, and all you got to do is put in your name and your email address. And as soon as it will be available for you to download, it's a free app to download. You download the app. I will be on there. My videos will go there every single day. But there's also going to be a community that we're going to build on this. And the main feature is going to be about helping people, everyone. So please be a part of this community of helping people. Now you can scan the QR code, or you can go right here to the offgridnation.com. But also, this is something that we want to build. So we don't want politics. We don't want all that propaganda news on that. What we want is people that are homesteaders, farmers, any way that you can help a average Joe out there learn about survival skills as far as growing, building, doing other features. That will be on this app. So if you have a channel out there, a YouTube channel, and you like to be part of this community, make sure you go to this email here, contact Eric. He is the main man. He's been doing this for 2 years on this app. I'm very honored just to be a part of it. But if you want to be a part of it as well, make sure you contact him at this email, and y'all can further discuss what's going on. But it is going to be an area where the communities can organize and share amongst each other. You can even upload photos and videos of what's happened in your area when you had any kind of weather impacts, just new information in general to help share with others. Make sure you're a part of this community. It is going to be a big area of helping others is what the main goal is going to be, which is a beautiful thing. And before I go, a quick word from our Father, everyone. Remember, you're always going to have issues in life. That's just the way life goes. Matter of fact, I had so many issues with recording this video this morning. You just would not know the adversity I had to go through. Just remember, it's been told to us first by Jesus. Here's John 16:33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation. But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. Amen. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you again for your time. I really appreciate it. And remember, above all things, all glory does go to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And I always hope He keeps you safe every single day of your life and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you in the morning.